Hey guys, this is Ollie and it's time for yet another look at Onslaught, everybody's favorite game mode to get some Ascension materials. In my particular case, I was stuck in Dark Chasm Encounter number 5. 4 had been like a bit of trouble, but I eventually managed to get through. 5 was the level where I could not progress. That changed only after unlocking Umanu, the festival hero, at the last festival, not the festival that is going on right now. Because Umanu obviously gives you like a timeout for one turn where all of the summons, which not all opponents are summons, that's something that we have to keep in mind. You have all seen what happened in the past to me. Like, honestly, at this point I think that Ranaklu could be the MVP of this whole thing. So another one. Oh my god, he's not a summon. That can give you a bit of a timeout if the summons not attacking you. The gunners are not summons. Alright, so this is my team up here. We see Dorga, obviously the MVP, generally speaking, in every game mode that requires you to have a lot of endurance. And this time around I'm trying to get things going with Queen Akeshru and buff her with Yasmin instead of going with Timtim, which is normally my ranged attacker of choice. And the more I play both, the more I'm becoming a fan of Queen Akeshru. Hashtag blame Nako, Lord Nako in my team. He's a very big fan of Queen Akeshru. It's his favorite unit and I think he believes it's the best unit in the game. And I cannot fault him for that. As much as I would like to, I cannot fault him for that. So now the big question is, where do we go in with Ranaklu? Do we go on the left side, strong side, or do we go on the right side? And the answer here at least seems to be that we want to go on the right side and we want to create a bit of a blockade with two shades and hope that they will stand, well, not exactly the test of time, but the test of strength with all of these opponents moving in. So now we lost a unit. I'm not even sure who we lost, to be honest. It's not Yasmin, it's not Timtim. Oh, we lost Queen Akeshru. All right, that's the problem with Queen Akeshru. She is apparently paper thin. Now look at this. We can see that very quickly when you see where my cursor goes. Well, no, cursor, it's my finger actually. Which units I'm clicking on. It was very obvious from like right away that I was quite excited that I get a good setup where I can actually maximize the output of Dorga shades. Then it's retreat time again with both Timtim and Yasmin. And I'm moving in with Ranaklu and hope that Ranaklu can continue to put in the work, but he cannot. At this point, to be perfectly honest, watching this back, if I didn't know that this was a winning run, I would guess that I lost this, like 100%. I would be like, how did I win this match? I have no idea. Because it already looks like me retreating, not really doing anything, and just saying, okay, let's take a relaxed approach. Let's not go too hard at this because this is more or less over. But I keep fighting, and this is a good testament for all of you guys that you need to keep fighting in this game. You cannot just retreat is never an option. Yeah, never retreat, never surrender. So now we set up this shade here for a kill with Dorga. There's something that I noticed, I don't know if you guys are aware, for whatever reason, the shades really like Dorga. Or the summons. The opponent's summons really like Dorga in the sense that they don't tend to attack Dorga like ever. Like maybe not ever, but like it's very unlikely that if they have the choice between 3 of your units, which one they can attack, that they go for Dorga. Which might be something that they put in the game on purpose. So they're like, hey, I want these players to have a chance. So at least we're gonna make sure that Dorga can hang around for a little bit longer. So now focusing on one side again, one of my most popular strategies, like one side at a time. And again, we see there was a gunner, he could take a shot. He just ignores Dorga for whatever reason. Now normally I'm always very inclined to always like move Dorga around so I get another egg. This is one of those situations where I'm not even sure if that is the correct strategy. Looking at it back right now, yeah, you have to move with Akio here. You need to get him on the healing pad, get him into a better position. Now we get a bit of an attack in, and these samurais are such a big problem for my squad because they happen to be rogues, and my squads are always made up of mages more than any other unit. So now we have a really good opportunity to move in with Akio and move out with Dorga and be like, yeah, I really don't want to have Dorga in this puddle of opponents. And like again, I'm looking at this and I'm like, how did I win this? I have no idea how I won this, to be honest. Now there's another thing that you can note here. Yasmin is not doing anything really. Yasmin is just like standing in the back, not doing anything. I cleared a path again for Akio so Akio can move and heal up. That's very important, obviously. That's a bit of strategy for you guys right there. And then the question is, do we move in with Dorga to the front, or do we just continue to retreat? We continue to retreat. The egg is more important than a tiny shot with Katsume, especially considering that you still have the passive of Katsume. So now we got Grandma Bones tagging in on the left side. Very, very far removed from the action. We can get a shot in. It's quite interesting. There's like these two frog warriors are really like holding their ground. If anything, so far when I'm looking at this, I mean, okay, Dorga by default is like the MVP, but the frog warriors are really the MVP in this match. And actually Katsume is doing something. This might be the first time that I'm saying this or admitting this. I feel like Katsume is actually doing a good job here. Yes, she is. Oh my god, what is happening? How is Katsume a good unit? All of those years of me making fun of that unit suddenly coming back to bite me. Dorga can still continue her little workout program of a sidestep. We do have another frog warrior and he's immediately going on the healing spot again. I don't want to say that this was like excellent strategy because, to be perfectly honest with you guys, this looks like it was more a case of being lucky rather than being good. And there's still a lot of units moving in. These are all the opponents on board. There's not more coming than what we see right now. And the question as always is, do we go for a tactical retreat? Do we just let them move in any further? Or do we try and pick our fight here? This is a bit like the movie 300. Persian! Come and get them! Because you see all of our units and they are defending one side, which is like that narrow pathway. And in this case, it seems to be the right case to stay on that narrow pathway. Then of course, as always, we want to move in. We want to get into bushes, so we got a bit more crit hit. Oh, so important the crit hit. And Dorga keeps moving left and right. This frog that is on this side is actually protecting Dorga because the frog is making sure. Ooh, and the frog survives. That's also important. That's also. Who did I get? I'm not even following up. Oh, we still have Giggs. We still have Giggs. Okay, so Giggs can actually help to make a difference. And here, look at this. We're not immediately going for the special of Giggs. We're actually holding back Giggs for a little bit. And we're like, okay, we can just do a regular attack. That's fine for this right now. And then Katsume is continuing to put in the work. I will never speak ill of Katsume again. I honestly, I don't remember that this is happening. Oof. Yeah, and here you can see the big difference maker in this match. Like, I was about to be overrun, clearly. There was like next to nothing that I could do. And finally! Umano. And like, if Umano is not making the difference here, quite honestly, I don't know how I won this match, because this is the only unit where I'm like, this could actually do something here. And there's tons of units that can just move in. But Umano is just saying, stop! Hammer time! We stun everybody for a little bit. So all of these skeletons are suddenly, they're still moving, but they're taking a break from the action. They're like chilling on the side, on the dance floor basically. And now the big decision is, do we throw the bomb with Giggs or not? Because we're gonna affect our own frog warrior. The correct choice is of course, yes. You need to go in, you need to get your specials in while your units are still on the board, because more often than not, they don't happen to stand on the board for very long. So again, Giggs moves in, also gets into a bush. That's also very important, very good for you. And this is quite interesting. Now look at the next turn. We see the summons, they can move in, but they cannot even get rid of Umano. That's also pretty big. Now we can continue a bit of a tactical retreat on the left side with Giggs, and he can still take out a unit. That's pretty good. Then Katsume can help set up a kill here, more or less. Yeah, so tactical retreat on the left side. Left side is pretty much under control. I mean, there's only one frog, but there's 2 more units coming at the frog. And then Umano is also here serving double duty, because with the darkness, you can see that on the right, the skeleton here, the skeleton couldn't move in and do like get any closer and do any more damage, because the darkness that Umano was creating is buying us that little bit of extra time, and that little bit of extra time sometimes is all you need. And now we are at a different situation that we've seen many times before, where we have to sacrifice a unit in this. this case Yasemin, to block the pathway to our even more important units. And look at this. We do have Shun, we do have Sunshine. So we still have units that can tag in, but there's not much gas left in the tank. So here's Shun, he's just basically kamikazing himself into this. Then on the left side we can actually clear the path, so we won the left side. Now it's us against three summons. I'm bad at counting apparently. There's only 2 opponents left. How did we do this? How did we turn this around? What a crazy match. We still have Tanamo, such a good unit. So there is a really good case that we're like, now suddenly it starts to become obvious that yes, there is a chance that we are winning this match. Tanamo can actually move very, very closely because she's not going to get attacked, and even if she gets attacked once, she's going to survive. And now we cleared out everybody except for one gunner. Giggs is the one doing the honors, and that is the win. In the end, it looked almost easy, but truth be told, it wasn't. There was not much else here. I even took a screenshot at the end of this run to immediately go like, yeah, I have to capture that moment in time. And even my phone is on its last leg. That's how painful this was. Alright guys, that was basically the winning run for Dark Chasm Encounter number 5. You saw that it was quite an interesting battle because all of the action happened on one side, at least like almost all of the action. There wasn't much happening on the left side, and that little extra turn that we got, courtesy of Umanu and the darkness that Umanu created, that was like stopping the opponent's units from approaching and everybody moving in at the same time, that was really the difference maker in this match. And in the end, that was enough to in fact win this encounter. And we're gonna see that strategy as a bit of a spoiler alert for you guys once we get to the next map, which is Restless Burrow, because on Restless Burrow there's a lot more space, so there's a bit more strategy going into this. Yes and no. On the one hand, you cannot just like focus on one side like we could on the Dark Chasm map, but on the other hand you have like the entire field to play with, and that means that strategy can play even more of a role if you know how to abuse positioning and moving units around. And I'm very excited to show you guys that very, very soon. Before that, of course, we need to clear the last encounter number 6 of Dark Chasm, and that video is coming very, very soon on this channel. So if you like this one, if you like my strategy talk and walking you through how to win this battle, then leave a like for this video, subscribe to the channel, and then we see each other very, very soon, either in the arena in Rivengard, on the official Discord, or on the Discord of my squad, Eternal Nexus. You can find us there and even join our team to actually take down some legendary dragons, because that's what we enjoy doing together. So see you guys very, very soon. Bye bye.